Welcome to the midnight hour. For most of us, when the sun dips below the horizon, the world goes quiet. We turn in, and the lights go out. But for a vast and incredible part of the natural world, midnight is prime time. It's when the hunters emerge, the strangest colors glow, and an entirely different set of rules takes hold. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the secret life of the midnight hour. Let's start with the creatures who have perfected life without light. They aren't just surviving the darkness. They are thriving in it, thanks to incredible evolutionary adaptations. The silent hunter. Take the owl. You might see one during the day, but at night, they are absolute masters. What makes them so terrifyingly efficient? Silent flight. Their feathers have specialized soft edges that break up the airflow, allowing for almost completely silent flight. An owl can drop onto its prey with no warning rustle of wings. Oral triangulation. They don't rely solely on sight. Their ear openings are often asymmetrical, one higher than the other, allowing them to create an acoustic map of their surroundings. They can triangulate the exact position of a mouse rustling under leaves in pitch blackness. The echolocating navigator. Then there are bats. They're not blind, but they hunt with sound. They emit high-frequency calls, and the returning echoes tell them the distance, size, and shape of every insect, tree, or obstacle. It's a real-time, 3D sonic map. Imagine seeing the world by feeling it with your voice. The deep-sea lurer. Far beneath the waves, where midnight is eternal, lives the humpback anglerfish. This predator uses its own light source, a modified spine called an escotypt with bioluminescent bacteria. It dangles this eerie, glowing lure in the black abyss, waiting for curious smaller fish to swim right into its massive, sharp-toothed mouth. It's a tiny, terrifying midnight flashlight. But it's not just the animals. Sometimes, the night itself puts on a spectacular show. These are the natural phenomena that defy a dark sky. The glowing sea. Imagine walking along a midnight beach and seeing the ocean waves crash with a brilliant, electric blue light. This is bioluminescence, often caused by tiny marine organisms like dinoflagellates. When the water is agitated by a wave, a footstep, or a boat, they release a sudden burst of light. It's like the ocean is blinking in the dark, giving us a brief, ethereal glimpse into its living midnight chemistry. This is bioluminescence, often caused by tiny marine organisms like dinoflagellates. When the water is agitated by a wave, a footstep, or a boat, they release a sudden burst of light. It's like the ocean is blinking in the dark, giving us a brief, ethereal glimpse into its living midnight chemistry. Only with long exposure photography is their subtle color revealed. The perfect recipe for a moonbow? A full moon, a clear sky, and a source of water spray, like a waterfall or rainstorm opposite the moon. The perpetual day. And finally, for a place where midnight has no darkness, we travel to the Arctic Circle to talk about the midnight sun. During the summer months in places like Norway or Iceland, the Earth's tilt means the sun never fully sets. It circles the horizon, bathing the landscape in an eternal golden hour glow. Imagine going for a hike, fishing, or playing golf at 2 a.m. under bright, sunlit skies. It's a complete inversion of our typical notion of night. The midnight world is a place of specialized senses, stunning light shows, and creatures that have perfectly adapted to the quietest hours. It reminds us that nature never truly sleeps. It simply changes the stage. The next time you look out into the darkness, remember the life that is just beginning its day. Last time, we explored the silent hunters and the luminous wonders of the night. But the midnight world is not just about adapting to darkness. It's also about deception. When sight is limited, the competition for resources or mates becomes a high-stakes game of trickery, chemical lures, and cunningly laid traps. Tonight, we uncover the ultimate acts of natural deceit that take place between dusk and dawn. When we think of nocturnal life, we usually think of animals, but many plants are busy orchestrating their own midnight dramas. The corpse flower's lure, the massive, magnificent Titan arum, or corpse flower, is perhaps the most famous midnight deceiver. It doesn't use pretty colors to attract pollinators. It uses a horrible smell. When it blooms at night, it emits a powerful stench of rotting flesh and decaying meat. This attracts its ideal pollinators, scavenging insects like carrion beetles and flesh flies. The plant heats its spadix, the tall spire, to body temperature, helping to broadcast the sickening aroma across the forest floor, fooling unsuspecting insects into believing they've found a feast when they've actually just been recruited for pollen delivery. The midnight bloomers. Other flowers use intense, beautiful fragrance as their lure. Plants that rely on nocturnal moths or bats for pollination often have white or pale flowers, easier to spot in low light, and release their sweetest scents only after dark. The evening primrose is a classic example. It stays tightly closed all day and then unfurls rapidly at dusk, releasing an intoxicating perfume that guides hawk moths straight to its nectar. If plants are masters of chemical lures, certain insects are the midnight world's most cunning trapsetters. The bolus spider, the midnight fisherman. This creature is one of the most remarkable predators of the night. It doesn't spin a traditional web. Instead, it creates a deadly single-strand hunting line with a sticky blob of silk at the end of bolus. The truly fascinating part? The spider doesn't just wait. It releases a precise chemical copy of the sex pheromones of a female moth species. The scent draws in the male moth, who thinks he's found a mate. When the moth approaches, the spider begins wildly swinging the sticky bolus, hooking the unsuspecting male right out of the air. It is a brilliant example of chemical mimicry leading to a very dark outcome. The firefly's deadly Morse code. We love fireflies for their romantic flashing lights, but some species are using that light for murder. The female fireflies of the genus Photurus, often called femme fatale, fireflies have evolved the ability to precisely mimic the flash patterns of females from other firefly species. A male firefly, trying to find a mate of his own kind, answers the fake signal, flies in, and is promptly eaten by the Photurus female. She gains not only a meal, but also a defensive chemical from the consumed male that protects her from being eaten by spiders. Deception provides both dinner and defense. From flowers that smell like death, to spiders that fish with fragrance and insects that lure their lovers to their doom, the midnight hours are defined by cunning and high stakes. The natural world's greatest tricksters know that when the light goes out, the most important survival tools are smell, sound, and a willingness to cheat. The desert is often seen as a barren, silent wasteland, especially during the scorching day. But when the intense solar heat vanishes at dusk and the temperature plummets, the desert undergoes a dramatic transformation. Midnight in the arid lands is the only time many creatures can safely emerge. It is a time defined by quick movement, water conservation, and a desperate race to complete life's tasks before the fatal sun rises again. In the desert, life often happens quickly and close to the ground. These creatures have evolved specialized ways to handle the extreme heat swings and find water where none seems to exist. The venomous excavator. Take the scorpion. This ancient creature is a true ghost of the desert night. They spend the day buried deep in burrows or under rocks, waiting for the temperature to drop. What makes them a perfect midnight subject? They glow. Under ultraviolet light, which you can take into the desert, scorpions fluoresce a brilliant, eerie blue-green. Scientists aren't totally sure why they glow, but it makes them a haunting sight in the dark. They hunt using tiny hairs that sense vibrations in the sand, allowing them to pinpoint the location of beetles and spiders without needing light. The sidewinders dance. The sidewinder rattlesnake moves across the loose, hot sand using a peculiar form of locomotion. They throw loops of their body forward, creating J-shaped tracks. This minimizes contact with the brutally hot sand. Even at night, surfaces can retain heat and also gives them excellent traction. They are nocturnal hunters, relying on their heat-sensing pits to see the warm bodies of rodents in the cooler ambient air. Water is the currency of the desert, and many nocturnal creatures have evolved incredible strategies just to capture a single drop. The fog-bathing beetle. In the Namib Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, lives the remarkable Namib Desert beetle, Stenocara gracilis. This beetle survives almost entirely on fog. When the cool, moist ocean fog rolls in at midnight, the beetle climbs to the crest of a dune and stands head down. Its back has evolved a checkerboard pattern of smooth, waxy troughs and bumpy, hydrophilic, water-loving peaks. Water droplets condense on the peaks, coalesce into larger drops, and then run down the waxy troughs directly into the beetle's mouth. It's a tiny, living fog collector. Kangaroo rat's internal drought strategy. The kangaroo rat, not a true rat, but a desert rodent, is the ultimate midnight water conservator. It never needs to drink water. Seriously, it gets all the water it needs purely from the metabolism of dry seeds it eats. Furthermore, it hunts and forages only at night when the air is cooler and more humid, preventing moisture loss through its breath. It's a tiny, perfectly engineered water-saving machine that only operates during the desert's most forgiving hours. The desert midnight is not peaceful. It is a time of fierce efficiency. From the glowing scorpion to the tiny beetle harvesting fog, these creatures show us that life can find a way, even where the odds seem stacked against it. They are the heroes of the arid dark, waiting patiently for the few cool hours that allow them to survive another day. We've been to the silent sea and the dry sands. Now, imagine a place where the darkness is thick, humid, and constantly filled with sound, the tropical rainforest. While the daytime rainforest is magnificent, it is the midnight hour that reveals its true intensity. This is where the air is so thick with life that you can almost taste it. Tonight, we explore the vibrant, noisy, and often psychedelic world of the jungle after dark. In a rainforest, sight is often useless due to the dense canopy, even during the day. At midnight, sound becomes the primary channel of communication and defense. The amphibian orchestra. The most defining sound of the midnight rainforest is the chorus of frogs. Males across dozens of species call incessantly to attract mates and defend territory. Some species have evolved calls so high or low-pitched that they occupy different acoustic niches, allowing a male to hear his species-specific call amidst the overwhelming noise. The tiny Tungara frog, however, has to contend with predators. After the male emits a simple whine, he adds a complex, attention-grabbing chuck. This chuck is exactly what the venomous fringe-lipped bat uses to locate its midnight meal, proving that in the rainforest, standing out can be deadly. Hearing with their skin. The tympanal organ allows many insects, like certain rainforest moths, to hear the high-frequency clicks of a hunting bat. Once a moth detects the bat's signal, it immediately executes evasive maneuvers. A sudden, random drop, a sharp turn, or even a sudden burst of speed. This single evolutionary adaptation creates a perpetual, life-or-death aerial dance between predator and prey throughout the entire midnight hunt. Beyond the noise, the humid darkness fosters some truly strange sights and slower-paced midnight movers. Fungal fairy lights. If you happen to be deep in a rainforest during a dark, moonless night, you might spot an ethereal green glow coming from the forest floor. This is fungal bioluminescence. Hundreds of mushroom species, like the Mycena genus, glow with a steady light. The leading scientific theory is that this glow attracts nocturnal insects that then help disperse the fungal spores. Essentially, the mushroom is using the light to advertise its location for reproduction. The unhurried grazer. While others dart and chase, the sloth maintains its famously slow midnight rhythm. Sloths are primarily nocturnal, using the slightly cooler hours to forage high in the canopy. Their slow pace is a deliberate strategy. By moving only a few inches at a time, they make it incredibly difficult for nocturnal predators, like jaguars or the aforementioned bats, to detect them through movement. Their fur even encourages the growth of algae, giving them a green tint that acts as perfect camouflage, essentially turning them into slow-moving extensions of the tree itself. The midnight rainforest is overwhelming, loud, and constantly in motion. It's a place where every noise is a message, every chemical is a lure, and every creature is fine-tuned to survive in the richest, most competitive ecosystem on Earth. It is nature's most intense midnight theater. Secrets of the eternal deep. We have traveled across land, air, and shore, but now we go to a place where the sun has never shone, the deep sea. Below about 1,000 meters, we enter the midnight zone, or the aphotic zone. The pressure is immense, the temperature is near freezing, and the only light comes from the creatures themselves. This is the largest, least explored habitat on Earth, a world of perpetual midnight and truly alien life. In the blackness, bioluminescence, the production of light by a living organism, is not a curiosity. It is the fundamental language of survival. The blue cloak. Most deep-sea light is emitted in the blue spectrum. Why blue? Because blue light travels the farthest through water. Many creatures are camouflaged by producing a low level of blue light underneath them, a technique called counter-illumination. This precisely matches the faint residual blue light filtering down from the surface, effectively eliminating their shadow. A predator looking up sees nothing but the uniform darkness. The red herring. There are exceptions. Many deep-sea fish, like the dragonfish, have evolved the ability to produce a flash of red light from a specialized organ. Since most deep-sea creatures can only see blue light, the red flash is invisible to almost everyone but the dragonfish itself. It uses this light like a silent, secret searchlight, illuminating prey that are completely unaware they've been seen. It is hunting in code. Life in the crushing crusher and cold requires bodies that are radically different from anything on the surface. Gigantism and dwarfism. The deep sea exhibits bizarre size variations. Some invertebrates experience deep sea gigantism, growing much larger than their shallow water relatives, like the massive giant isopod or the giant squid. This is thought to be due to slower metabolisms and the cold. Conversely, many fish in the abyssal zone exhibit dwarfism, needing to conserve energy in the food-scarce environment. Male sacrifice. Finding a mate in a vast, black, three-dimensional space is one of the biggest challenges. The anglerfish has evolved a truly extreme solution. The male anglerfish is tiny, often 1/10 the size of the female. When he finds a female, he latches onto her side with his teeth. Over time, his body literally fuses with hers. His eyes and internal organs dissolve, and he becomes nothing more than a permanently attached sperm donor, receiving nutrients directly from her bloodstream. The female is now guaranteed to have a mate for life. The chemosynthesis world. Far below, at volcanic fissures in the ocean floor, lie hydrothermal vents. Here, superheated, chemically rich water bursts from the earth. The entire ecosystem here, including giant, mouthless tube worms, relies not on the sun's light via photosynthesis, but on chemosynthesis, using the sulfur compounds from the vents for energy. It's an isolated, self-contained world of life that exists entirely independent of the surface midnight. The deep sea is the Earth's most profound demonstration of life's tenacity. It is a world where light is weaponized, where males sacrifice their very being for a chance at reproduction, and where life draws its energy from volcanic heat instead of the sun. The eternal midnight of the abyss is a frontier that holds more secrets than all the land combined.